All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Steve and Cedric talking to the band. I'm
Hey,
Steve.
hey, I'm Cedric. How y'all doing?
Man, bro. We are here with the legendary Shirley
Yes.
Murdock.
Yes.
Hey,
What's up, Shirley? What's up?
hey, how's everybody doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm hanging on in there. I'm just excited. A lot of great things on the horizon.
Yes, it is. Your single dropped
Yes, yesterday.
and it is awesome.
Thank
You are rocking it.
Thank you.
You are, yeah. You know what? You are a vamp queen.
True.
Right.
Say true that. You know what? I learned how to vamp in church.
I know that's right.
That's a gospel thing.
There it is.
Ad-libbing. That's a church thing right there.
Yes, I was checking it out. I said, as soon as it got to that vamp, I said, oh, she opening up. Yeah, it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Love
Thank you.
The single.
Thank you. We had so much respect for Curtis Mayfield. Number one, we also had an opportunity to work on his last album, New World Order. Because Roger did some producing on that record. And so I did some background work there. And so it was just really nice to kind of reconnect, with that. And it's such a powerful, powerful song. We didn't want to really deviate, in the beginning because the song didn't need no help,
Wow.
because the message was so strong. But, we had to go ahead and make it our own, at the end when we're vamping out.
Absolutely.
Now,
absolutely.
Let me ask you a question. Did you have a lot of interaction with Curtis Mayfield at the time?
I did not. Roger actually flew to his home, and here's a factoid. Because Curtis was paralyzed.
Yes, he was, yeah.
Roger found that his voice was stronger when he was lying down. So Roger had him lie down. He put the mic overhead and had him sing like that because he was stronger. You're supporting your diaphragm.
Yes.
It was much stronger. So, but just the privilege of being on that project. So many wonderful songs. And I think all of us we're in the same generation.
Yeah.
Where we came up listening to songs that really not only spoke the sentiments of our heart and love, but what was going on in society. Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Or when we weren't feeling that proud about being black, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud.
Yeah.
Black Butterfly, Denise Williams or Donny Hathaway, Young, Gifted, and Black.
Darker
and
than
back
blue.
to Curtis Mayfield, there you go. So,
yeah.
And even back to John Lennon, Let It Be. So music, artists always really spoken to what was going on in society, and so when the social unrest it was going on and COVID was happening, my husband and I, we wanted to make a deposit to the atmosphere, because people needed hope. We needed unity. There was so much division going on. And we were kind of going back and forth. Should we write a song? We're writers. Should we write a song? But this song was just so perfect for the times, and especially where we are now, saying, people get ready because people pray.
Yeah.
You pray and you pray and you pray, but are you praying in faith? Are you praying, believing that the answer is going to come?
Yeah.
And if you're praying and believing that the answer is going to come, you got to get ready or you'll miss it.
Yes.
So as we were praying for unity, we got a new administration. Prayerfully, there'll be more unity, and we also have all these vaccines for fighting COVID. So will you be ready? So there's a train coming. There's a change coming.
That's it.
You don't need no ticket. All you got to do is get on board.
Yeah.
Get on board.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
it.
Well, this is part 2. We let a little bit of that part 1 out, and I mean, people hit it up. I mean, over 500 views.
Yeah.
It went crazy. Yes.
Oh,
Wow. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so this is part 2. We want to just kind of pick up where we left off from. You were talking a little bit about how you were writing on Computer Love and your input on that. So
I wrote the verses to Computer Love. That song, another factoid. During that time, Roger was kind of feeling like people might be tired of hearing the talk box. So he was talking to Dale, because Dale, my husband was his music director. So Dale's been in Zapp over 35 years. And Dale was saying, well, no, man, I don't think they're tired of hearing the talk box. Maybe you should do something a little different. Maybe a love song, with the talk box, And according to Dale, he was thinking like a song about two computers or something. It's like, he's like, don't turn me off or something like that. And Dale said that would have never been a hit. but anyway, Dale actually started the track from a song that he actually did with Sugarfoot called "I Will Be Your Star." So that same beat is on the track that Dale started there. He gave that to Roger, and Roger put the talk box on that and the hook, Computer Love. And then one day Charlie Wilson came to town. And Charlie came to town, and he was, like any artist, when we hear great music, we want to sing. We just want to sing.
Yeah.
But Roger was the type of dude, he didn't want you to waste it. So like he might put his hand over your mouth until he's ready, or put some duct tape on your mouth until he's ready to record you. He's like, no, don't waste it. Just because he wants to get all that on tape. So anyway, so everything that Roger did, Charlie did, like computer love. Computer love, and he's like digital love, computer love. So he mimicked whatever Roger did, but there were no verses. So Roger and I went into our rehearsal hall and started working on the lyrics, and I would present some lyrics to Roger, go like, yeah, I like that. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So, I've been searching for someone. Yeah. It's amazing, because little did we know that song would have such life, and that we were so ahead of our time, and that so many other young artists would come and sample. It's been sampled by so many people. And then I think within the last year or two, I think Justin Bieber, Neo and Jamai and Usher, yeah. So many people, wow. Right? So
yeah, wow.
So like Computer Love was like me and Roger's baby, and Computer Love had a baby and had some grandkids.
That is crazy. Wow.
Wow, what amazing. So how do you count success?
Say it again.
How do you count success?
Well, I personally, first of all, I've had a lot of success in my life. I've had my many dreams come true, but I count success when you are living and walking out the purpose for which you were created. Some people think, if you're not on television, or if everybody doesn't know your name, you're not successful. And I think that we have to kind of redo that math because I think that, if you were created to and called to be the praise and worship leader at your storefront church, excuse me.
Okay. Take a moment. We'll give her a moment to get some water. Might have swallowed down the wrong pipe.
Give me a little water too, yeah. Make sure I get a little water too.
Yeah, gotta make sure you get that. Man, we hope you all are enjoying this interview with Shirley Murdock.
Wow.
She will be right back just shortly. But man, what an amazing story, Cedric.
Yes, this is very amazing. Yeah.
Man, and she sang a little bit.
Woo! Golden voice. I mean, and we get, the fans and the people out there is getting this for free. I mean, wow. I mean,
absolutely.
Information nuggets dropped all over the place. I mean, wow, man. This is amazing.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Part 2 is just as powerful as part 1. Oh, you back?
I am back.
Okay.
I am back. Sorry, sinuses. Sometimes
go down the throat. I got them too. Yeah. This time of year is really bad too.
Yeah, but if you're like doing praise and worship in your storefront church, people are being blessed by what you're doing, then you are walking in your purpose. You're living in your purpose. So I think that oftentimes people diminish their gift and diminish their opportunity because it's not like out there, like, name and lights and all that. But I think that when you are walking and living out your purpose, that's what true success is.
Wow.
When you're living the dream, that's success. So don't let anybody else determine for you what your success is. You have to settle it within yourself.
Yeah.
What that success is.
I have a question. As far as musicians, so many musicians lack a lot of confidence. Um, can you speak to confidence in a musician, how to gain that? Uh,
Well, first of all, I think that when you understand that you are gifted, for me, it's like I never feel like I'm in competition with anybody but myself to be my best self. So if you move everybody else out the way, then your confidence comes from knowing that God, this is a God-given gift. And that he doesn't waste anything. So if he gave it to you, he's not wasting his time giving it to you. He gave it to you because for you to be a blessing.
Yes.
For you to use that gift, not just for you, but for those that will be on the other end of that gift, whether it's singing, whether it's writing, whether it's having the show like you guys are doing, And so the confidence comes in knowing who you are and whose you are. Yeah. So when you know whose you are, you know that you're a child of the Most High King. You know that you're made on purpose with purpose. And so you build that confidence in knowing that you are God's creation.
Man.
And God don't make no mess. How about that?
Don't make no mistakes. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes. Wow. I want to take you back. I mean, what was it like growing up in Ohio around so many funk bands, Ohio players, Roger Zapp, Slave, Lakeside, Phaso, Heat Wave. Wow. What was it like?
Well, actually, I grew up in Toledo and I didn't come to Dayton until 1983. So I grew up mainly being influenced by the Detroit sound, okay? Growing up singing gospel, singing in church. So I was influenced by the Clark sisters and, so and all those gospel artists. So that was my thing. Because I gave my life to the Lord when I was 15. Actually, I got baptized when I was about 9. But I grew in my relationship with God, to really understand the personal relationship with God when I was 15. And so I had that really big Detroit influence. Aretha Franklin was one of the main people who I mimicked him, and I thought I was Aretha. And so and Gladys Knight, they were on Motown. So the Motown, I'm very heavily influenced by the Motown sound. But when I moved to Dayton with Roger, and Zapp, and then I got exposed to the Ohio Players and all the groups that came out of Ohio. Because remember, before I was mainly in the gospel. I really wasn't, but I came to Dayton and got an education. And so, Roger produced Sugarfoot. And so I got a chance to sing on his records. And what a gift. Sugarfoot, he was so serious about the music. If he wasn't feeling it, he was not going to record.
Wow.
He had to know that he was feeling it in order to record, because he wasn't going to put just empty words or empty emotions on the tape. He was that deep. He was just that deep. And so to have an opportunity to work with Sugarfoot, and all kinds of people came through Troutman Enterprises. I remember Elder Barge coming through. Everybody came through. MC Hammer, so many people came through. So it was really an education for me, to be in that setting.
Wow. Well, the gospel record industry, did they pursue you?
No.
Good grief, they dropped the ball.
No,
wow.
No.
Whoa.
No, for years and years and years. I spent my life until 1983, 82, pursuing gospel. And those doors just never opened for me. I was getting offers to sing R&B, and I kept turning them down because I thought, I'm going to sing gospel. That's where my heart is. That's what I want to do. And even when I met Roger, I told him thank you, but no thank you too. But he said, well, hey, we don't have any contacts in gospel, but if you ever decide to give this music a try, we want to help you. And so I left there thinking, why is this the only? I'm not sure if we discussed this in the earlier segment.
Yeah, we did.
But why is this the only door that's open? And so I just walked by faith through the door that God opened. And I can look over my life and see that my footsteps really were ordered by God. Because coming to Dayton, I met my husband. Wow, coming to Dayton, I had this great interaction and intersection of my life with Roger and the things that he taught me and Larry taught me, I'm still chewing off of because it was good wisdom and knowledge.
Yes.
I try to pass it forward as much as I can. And so it was really a godsend, you know, and then I saw the atmosphere change at Trotman Enterprises, meaning that people begin to start giving their life to the Lord. So, you know, if you go to a Zap show these days, you will hear Lester Trotman. You'll see Lester Trotman come up off the drums. And tell you how good God is and give this testimony about what they went through, you know, losing their brothers and how people counted them out and said, you know, nobody wants to hear Zap without Roger. But honey, they are selling out places, and oh my God, it's like a piece of Roger just dropped off, fell on all of them.
That is so crazy.
Yes.
My husband never played the harmonica ever before.
Really?
He picked up the harmonica and started playing Do Wah Diddy. Okay.
Wow.
Roger's baby brother Terry, who we call Zap, and Bart Thomas, who's also a bass guitar player, and he can play the talk box as well. So it's amazing. I always imagine Roger just, you know, when it's going on, I can imagine Roger just bumping, like, yeah.
Wow.
Man, amazing.
Hey, Shirley, what's the best piece of advice you can give to a young artist, specifically a young female artist that's trying to break into the music industry today?
I think the best thing I could say to her would be, first of all, that your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. Your gift, not your body, not exposing, you know, not selling yourself short, you know, but your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. And as you wait on the Lord, waiting on the Lord is not sitting on your hand, sitting on your hands or twiddling your thumbs. Waiting on the Lord is being actively going forward, because you know one day God's going to open that door. So you work on your craft, you know, you work on singing, you work on learning the business, you work on. It's like waiting on tables. You know, you fold the napkins, you polish the silverware, you fill the salt shaker, the ketchup, everything. You do everything you can to prepare, because that door is going to open. Because it'll be a shame if opportunity knock and you're not ready.
Oh man. Oh man.
And I would also say, surround yourself with people who know you, who really, really know you, really, really care about you. Because when you get out here in this business, there's going to be a lot of voices coming in your ears, and you have to know where your square one is. You got to know what your home base is. Because when you're around people that know you, you know, they're not afraid to tell you, girl, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You need somebody to check you. You know, but if you surround yourself with all these yes people, and don't hang around nobody that ain't got as much to lose as you do.
Man. Oh, man.
When I think about a lot of these young people, like a lot of these athletes who go out there, of course, and everybody wants to be around them. Everybody want to make it rain, and you know they want to be around them. And then something crazy will go down, and those people ain't got nothing to lose, but you have everything to lose.
So
you want to be mindful, be around positive people that are going to enhance you and help you to be your best self. So, and then besides that, I would give this advice to Roger. I'll ask this question that Roger and Larry asked me: do you want a hit record or do you want a career? Do you want a hit record or do you want a career? Hit records go up the charts and down the charts, but do you want a career? A career takes time. You have to be patient enough to build a career. You build a career, okay? And so he also taught me that to not let the record company define who I am and my worth. You know, the record company they're like rocket fuel to help you get from one level to the next, but you the rocket. You're the rocket. Okay.
Yes.
So and then he said that what you need to do is do a great performance, a great record, a great live performance. But he said, but here's the key: stay touchable to the people. And they'll support you for the rest of your life. So always stay touchable to the people. You can't do it without God first, but you can't do it without the people. You cannot, you know, bite the hand that feeds you, or not be mindful that what side your bread is buttered on. It's the people that support you. Without the people, as an artist, you can't do what you do. Or you can do what you do, but it'll still be in the basement.
Man, ooh, yeah. Man, I'm sure hoping
Man,
people are listening to this. Who are the artists out there today that you see that's making noise in your eyesight?
Well, there's a lot of them that's making noise, and like every now and then I'll go through, like I'll go on iTunes and go through the top 10 and see who's doing what, you know what I mean? And I love the style of a lot of them, you know. Some of them might be a little too cussified for me,
Yeah.
but I understand, but I love like the texture of their voices and things like that, and their delivery, like SZA, and I like her,
Oh,
and
yes.
and I mean, I love, I still love Jennifer Hudson, and I
Oh,
still
yeah.
love Mariah Carey, you know,
yeah.
and Faith Evans and Kelly Price. You know, I love singers. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
singers. And so, but I try to do a lot of these young people. I am in touch with, you know, and I try to leave some positive, be a positive influence for them. You know, those things I just shared with you all, I
Yeah.
share it with them. You know, because I think that it's important for the generations to connect, because the older generation, we have wisdom
Yeah.
that we can impart, but the younger generation, they have their youth and their energy and new
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
innovations that they can
Yeah.
share with us, so we won't be an old dog and not learning new tricks.
Right.
But
Right.
if there's that merge, that right there in the middle where that merge is, oh baby, say that's love right there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when we think, and I've shared this before, that when you think about a runner running a race, a relay race, you got one runner in front and one runner coming up from behind with the baton, and the runner in front's got his hand back here, and the other runner's got his or her hand up front, ready to pass it on. But at some point in that race, they got to hold the baton at the same time, or they'll drop it.
Yeah.
So we
Wow.
have to, at
Yeah.
some
There you
point,
go. Wow.
we have to come together. These generations have to come together so that we can have this exchange and create this synergy. So we'll all be, so the old school will be better off and the new school will be better off, because we all have something that we can offer. I also want to say that I think that young people, they deserve the opportunity to express themselves in their language. So even though you may not understand the language, you may not even agree with the language, it's their life, it's their story, it's their expression, and they deserve that opportunity to do it. So you know, I remember, like, my mother, you know, I was a big Jackson 5 fan when I was like you know, 12 years old or whatever. And my mother said, I can't stand to hear that little Michael Jackson singing about love. He ain't but 9. How he know about love? You know? So, but I'm saying that we have to, but that was our music.
Yeah.
We didn't like their music.
Yeah.
And their parents
point.
probably didn't
Yeah.
like their music.
Yeah.
And so every, you know, I try to listen and see, like, when my sons listen to something, what is it about it that you like? What are they talking about? I want to understand what's going on, because if you don't try to understand the generations, then you won't be able to communicate with the generations. So I try to stay up on it, you know.
Yeah.
And I just say, give them their opportunity to express themselves in their language.
Wow. Speaking of that, are your offsprings musicians?
My husband, I have one son, Devin. He sings. He
Wow.
sings, but right now he's in grad school, and so he's brains.
Nice. Yeah, I got one. Yeah.
But he loves to sing, and I think I traumatized him when he was little, because I used to have him come out and sing and do what I do, and he did it. And so he loves singing, but he rather sing in private.
Not
But
like that, huh?
Beautiful voice, beautiful voice. So
wow.
But we also did a record on him. So if you guys want to check it out, it's under Devin Alexander, a song called "You Got Me Mixed Up."
Oh, nice. Okay.
So my husband wrote it for him and produced it, and I'm singing a little something in the background, and so and he wants, you know, so he's writing too. He's writing, and so he'll put something else out.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Wow.
That's what's up. Shirley, 35 years in the business. I mean, that is amazing within itself, you know.
Yes, it is.
With that 35 years being in the business, what Cedric and I have experienced, you know, just coming up in music and playing over the years, we've heard some brilliant singers that are local in this area, but some of them struggle between their faith and going out into the secular world. I want you to just before we close out the show.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of them could just use a word from you, because you've been through it, you know, coming out of church and then going into that. They struggle with it. What would you say to them?
Big time. Yeah.
Well, I have to say that you have to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit for your own life. What is God saying to you? What is he speaking to you? It's not for everybody. I think the fact that I grew up in church and that I didn't have any connection like to the club or alcohol or drugs or anything like that. That wasn't enticing to me. So that wasn't a temptation for me. But God also put me in a place with an entity, a family, very family oriented, very self-sufficient, and it was a drug-free organization. So I didn't have to worry about drugs coming in. They knew where I came from and respected me, not only as a woman, but as a Christian woman. So they weren't hitting on me or nothing like that. I think, again, you have to know what you're called to do. I think I'm going to share with you back when I was, in the choir singing in weddings and things like that. And I sung Inseparable and I felt the anointing and I was like, okay, what's up? This is not gospel. What's up with this? But what I learned from that and what I gleaned from that was, it's not what I sing, it's where I sing from. I sing from a place of anointing. And then I've learned in my journey that, over the years, you have to be mindful of what you put the anointing on, because anointing will cause things to live. You give life to things. So you want to be careful that you're not giving life to something that should not have life. And I also learned that, remembering, so for me, will help me to finally have peace with what I was doing, was because I knew who I was, whose I was, and I promised God that I was not going to go out here and cut the food, that I was going to maintain my relationship with him as if no different than what I would in the secular jobs that I held. Whether I worked at Toledo Hospital, the dive department when I was a teenager, or whether I worked for J.C. Penney's in retail, or whether I worked for Osterman Jewelers, I held a job. And I was still a Christian. And I maintained my relationship with him no matter what my job was. So wherever God places you, you have to be faithful in your station. And also remembering that the Great Commission is go ye therefore, not stay in the house. If everybody stays inside the four walls, then how can the world know? How can they see your light? But you have to know that God is calling you, because everybody, even when you think about back in when the children of Israel, before there was an actual tabernacle, they had the tent of meetings, and it was a temporary place, but everybody couldn't go up in the Holy of Holies. Everybody couldn't go up in there. The Levites ministered, right? So even in the church today, some people, I believe, are meant to be in the four walls. God gives you the measure of grace for whatever the calling on your life is. If you're not called to go outside the four walls, then you should not go. That might be a very dangerous place for you. But if you're called to go, then don't be afraid. I was thinking, well, Lord, I've never seen this before. And then I thought, I said, wait a minute. My example is Jesus. Jesus taught in the synagogue, but he went amongst the people to where the people were. And he was not changed by them, but they were changed by him. So wherever God plants you, just be your authentic self. Be who you, let your audio match your video. And then you will be a Bible for somebody who might not actually crack open a physical Bible. The Bible says that we are written epistles read of men. People should be able to read your life and know who you are, whether you're sitting in the front row of a pew or whether you're at the grocery store or wherever you are. So the main thing is to be sure in your relationship with God and know what you're called to do. So if that is your calling, then you have to, I had to get to the point where I'm gonna just be straight. I had to get the spirit of, I don't give a jack happy slap what anybody thinks about what I'm doing. I was
wondering, wow.
Because I know what the call of my life is. But I also had to understand that everybody wouldn't get it. And I wouldn't be mad if they didn't get it. And I wouldn't be upset if they didn't get it. If you don't get it, you just don't get it. I had someone tell me, I was when the Lord opened the door for me to go back and I call minister in the club. sing my songs, but also bring gospel too.
Yeah.
I had this lady send me a note that told me the Bible says that you can't serve two masters. And I said,
I've heard that.
Girl, did you hear? I just told the people that God ain't mad at them. Did you hear it? I said that God, that there's nothing that you can do that God can't forgive, no place that you can go and God's not there. And he'll reach down to your guttermost and pick you up to his uttermost. Did you hear that? And then it's like, well, if I ain't supposed to be in here, what you doing up in here? Anyway. but I had, but then God, he would always send me a confirmation. Right after that, this young guy came up to me. I was signing autographs. He said, Shirley Murdock, he said, ooh, you took me to church. You took us to church. He said, keep doing it the way you're doing it with that gospel because we need it.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So for me, I know that God made me famous to give me a bigger platform to minister from, I can minister inside the four walls as well as outside the four walls. And I'm so humbled that he trusts me to go outside the four walls and to share the good news because the call of my life, I am called to be an evangelist. Yeah. That's to go look for the lost, wherever they are. Even Jesus, when he talked about the parable of the lost coin, the woman looked everywhere. The parable of the lost sheep, he went and he left the 99 and went and go find him. And you see, so we have to be willing to go get them. If we don't go get them, if we don't tell them how they're gonna know, and they're not always gonna come inside the four walls because unfortunately, many people have been church hurt. Because we have not represented correctly. And so we got some making up to do. We really do. And we have to be mindful of how we present this love of God. It's got to be authentic. Because if it's not, then the devil will get in their ear and say, see, I told you, ain't nothing to it. Ain't nothing to it. So I hope that helps somebody.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful.
Amazing.
Wow.
Well, Shirley, we thank you so much for coming back again, first of all.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, really, our honor.
Well, I wasn't going to leave you hanging now.
Yeah.
I can't leave my boys hanging. That wouldn't be right.
Yes. So we thank you so much.
We sure appreciate it.
Talk a little bit more about the single again and where can people find it? How can they get it?
The single's called People Get Ready, and you can get it everywhere, every digital outlet. You can, if you go to my Facebook or my Instagram, I've posted, my YouTube page where you can go to the YouTube page and see the actual video for it. And while you're there, please subscribe. So on Facebook, Shirley Murdock, Twitter, @Shirley Murdock, Instagram, @Shirley Murdock, the number 4 real, and my YouTube page as well. But before I go, I just want to also say that that I understand the trepidation or the questioning, when a mainstream artist comes into the gospel. It's because so many gospel singers who also had opportunities, they decided, I'm not going to go, I'm going to stay right here. So if you come in, all they want to know is that you're for real. Because this all I got. Don't come in here playing.
Man,
coming in, going out, coming in, going. This is all I got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so you have to reverence and understand and respect that they dedicated their whole lives to just doing that. But when you ask me, did anybody help me in gospel? I have to credit Twinkie Clark. I was already signed to Elektra, but she begged me, Shirley, no, I don't want you to go. Don't. I'll get your record deal. Twinkie Clark was my dear friend, and plus I'm the long lost Clark sister. So, but I love the sisters, and I have great relationships with my friends in gospel, like the Clark sisters and Vanessa Bell Armstrong and Yolanda Adams and Donnie McClurkin and Marvin Sapp, So, but I think it took time, because I came away from my music for like about 7 years, and I strictly ministered in gospel, and then people got a chance to know me and know my heart, But God opened the door for me to go back and to be able to share completely, my whole journey. So I'm really thankful to have that opportunity to do that. And so it's not on the low. I'm not doing it in secret. I am walking in the purpose for which God created me. And I'm walking in freedom. So I'm not doubting myself anymore, because I really know from the bottom of my heart what I'm called to do.
Wow. Well, Shirley, I mean, since you were already teasing us with this single, when can we expect either a gospel album or an R&B album? When is that coming?
This next project, I'm trying to do what I'm calling life songs, because we need songs to minister to us or to help us, to encourage us in every aspect of our lives. We're husbands and wives and brothers and sisters, and we're singles and we're married, and we're going through all kind of changes. And so I think that I want to do some more sacred love songs, because I think that married couples need that. Couples need that something to set the atmosphere in a way that gives God glory, and you celebrate the love that you have for one another. That TD Jakes thing I did, sacred love songs, some more of that type of thing, as well as some go back.
You gotta do something for the freaks. You gotta do something for the freaks out here too now. There's some couples that like to get busy.
I'm going back to my funk days.
Yeah.
Some more funk, do some more R&B, know. So it's gonna be a mixture, and I just call it life songs, because so oftentimes we're so locked into a box, either jazz,
we are
R&B, gospel.
Right.
But I think if we have something called life songs, it's like a buffet. If you want greens, get greens. You want cornbread, get cornbread.
There it is.
You want some chicken, you want some pork chops. Just go get what
Put it all in your plate.
A one-stop shop. What I mean? So that's what I'm working on. So I've got gospel songs. I've got R&B songs. I've got funk songs. So I'm trying to put it on. I've never seen it done before. And that's what I'm working on. So keep me in your prayers on that, okay?
Yeah.
Man, love it. We love it.
Can I ask you one last question? The funk, is it a funk museum in Dayton, Ohio, or is that a
Yes, there is. There is.
And do you have something to do with that, or is that?
No, I don't. A gentleman by the name of David Webb does. Yes.
Okay.
But they have some of our things, some of our like our clothes and things like that for display.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and just recently, the site where the Chapman Enterprises, where the studios were, it received an Ohio marker. So that was really
that is cool. Wow, that's beautiful, man.
Amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, Shirley, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sorry about all the sinuses.
No.
This time of year, yeah. Well, we definitely appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Amazing. So, we'll be looking out for that music soon, and you take care of yourself.
People get ready. Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody download it, stream it, get it. People get ready.
Yes, thank you so much. And then when I got something else out, I'll come back and hang out with my boys.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Please do.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Love you.
Love
you back. Take care. Stay safe.
Yeah,
we will.
Too.
Thank everybody for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back on at 3. So we'll see you soon. Cedric, that's all I got, man.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.